Hello,
Well,
and welcome back to the Barley Roast. My name's Damian Coleman.
I wasn't ready for that. I'm Phil Morgan.
I'm Lee Fabian. Today,
I thought you were. My bad.
No way.
so we're drinking one of my favorite beers. This is
Ooh,
Xocovesa.
enjoy fresh.
By
First thing I
Stone.
see. Or AIDS at cellar
Is
temperature.
it Xocovesa because the X is a Z?
No, it's
Soco?
It's Xocovesa.
Why?
I don't know. That's just
English.
how it's pronounced.
English,
Since when?
motherfucker.
Show me where.
Xocovesa. I don't fucking know, dude.
That's XO. It's like hugs and kisses.
Stout brewed
I am not a linguist.
Pasilla peppers. Ooh, there's peppers in here.
Yep, there is peppers.
Vanilla, cinnamon, and nutmeg.
Yeah, and it's boozy. It's an 8.1.
8.1. Alright.
This is a beloved stout when first introduced as a
Yeah,
limited
wait.
special collaboration release with San Diego homebrewer Chris Banker.
Chris
after
Banker.
his recipe won our annual homebrew competition, and I don't even know how to fucking pronounce
Cerveceria.
Cerveceria
Insurgente.
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 Gente.
It was an instant hit.
Something
and
Spanish.
Fans began clamoring for its return, seeing as how its amazing flavor profile is evocative of Mexican hot chocolate, featuring coffee, pasilla peppers, vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, and a generous amount of our own in-house made chocolate. We concluded it was the perfect. We concluded it was the perfect stout to re-release in collaboration.
Celebration.
In celebration of the holidays and the entire winter season.
Celebrate good times, come on.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, that's rude.
This is now a highly anticipated yearly tradition that we are pleased to present from us to you, and makes a perfect wintry gift from you to your friends, loved ones, or simply to yourself. Cheers.
I like the can. It's kind of
That
cool.
can was a fucking mouthful.
It was. They had a lot of information.
Yeah.
You gotta slow down. Take the time.
Take
Read
it
it.
slow, bro.
I don't know how.
Nice coffee smell.
There's the peppers.
Red up front, yeah.
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 It's got a little bit of spice. It
Right.
goes
Yeah,
with
it's
the
a little
chocolate,
kick. Yeah.
because it's not like a heat spice.
No,
It's
no, no,
Mexican
no, no.
hot chocolate. It's the spice. They
Yeah.
add some spice to it. They like their spicy things.
Yeah, there is. There's a heat to it. It's kind of cool.
But the vanilla you can taste right there at the end as well. It's a good end note.
There's really a heat to this?
No, it's just like a quick. It's just like a quick.
This is a really
uh,
quick.
Oh,
You know
okay.
how
It's like the
jalapenos
initial-
taste. You know how like peppers taste.
Yeah,
It's
like
got
I know what you
it's
mean,
got
but
that initial-
Damien was saying that there's a heat to it, and I just wasn't exactly familiar with what he meant by it.
It's not spicy. Oh, the end is so good. It's so smooth the way it ends. It's
Yeah.
just vanilla and cinnamon, really. You can taste some of the nutmeg towards the end. It's that like dry feeling in like the middle of your tongue
Yeah.
that nutmeg does. You ever tried to just eat a spoonful of nutmeg?
No.
It's not as.
I
good.
don't know.
The
Can't remember the last time I had
cinnamon would
nutmeg.
be bad too. Like the spoonful
Yeah.
of cinnamon challenge. Your mouth's just really dry. Well,
Yeah.
nutmeg is probably worse.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Well done.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, it's
But I like it. It's.
yeah, and it's like
It's a good beer.
It's like a very like cold weather beer.
Very.
Oh yeah.
Sitting
Sit
around,
by a
it's
fire.
It's a sit around fire beer.
Sit
Yeah.
on fire.
I'm gonna buy some of this. Just to wait. Sit around a fire with. Done.
Yeah.
Dylan,
Like-
I'm coming to your house to drink this in your house.
I can't wait for the cold
As soon as it
fronts.
actually fucking cools down.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the cold fronts.
I can't either.
I mean, great. We're getting one. It's the start of one today.
They've been saying we were gonna get a cold front for the last like 3 fucking weeks.
Well, okay.
And
Now
hey,
we're
guess
actually
what?
happening.
It's 78 degrees instead of 98 degrees.
Yay!
I guess technically it's a cold
That's
front.
some
but I don't
people's.
think it's
That's some people's summers. 70. I can't even believe that. I can't even fathom that. 70.
There's this new guy. There's this new guy at work. He moved here from New Jersey,
Yeah.
and he was talking to me. He's like, "When does it become fall here?"
it
It
doesn't.
never. It never does.
It's fall.
It is. What are you talking about?
Hurricane season is obviously the beginning of fall.
Yeah.
It is actually.
We,
It is.
Yeah,
We just have
our
different
winters
seasons.
are like we get 3 days where it drops
We,
down to 50,
yeah,
and
exactly.
that's
We
it.
get like a few weeks of fall, and that's it.
Well, there's fall. There is no fall. I mean,
We
in
have
certain-
3 summers in the fall.
In certain parts of Florida, when you go into North Florida, you
Oh,
can see
definitely.
some of the seasonal change.
Oh yeah, when I went to Ginny Springs last year, around the end of the end of the month,
went, like,
really
during
quick.
the cold snap, right?
Yeah, and it was super cold at Ginny
Yeah, 'cause
Springs.
you went for New Year's.
New Year's, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, it was super cold at Ginny Springs,
Yeah.
but that's northern Florida. It's not nearly as hot and humid up there.
Yeah. Well, it is. Just
Both seasons affect it
yeah.
more.
Yeah. It's not constant summer the entire year. Like, you actually do have some semblance of seasons. Up
Yeah,
there.
exactly. There's a tree in my apartment complex though that it has the fall leaves on it, like they're all golden brown. I'm like, what's happening? Tree, you're not supposed to be here.
Golden brown. Extra
Golden
legs.
brown. Poof.
Whoa.
That was aggressive.
It was.
Punch the tree?
Yeah, I'm gonna punch the tree for
Oh,
being
I
fall.
wouldn't recommend that. You
Yeah,
might hurt your hands.
I'm gonna highly suggest against that.
I didn't say I was gonna punch it hard. I just said I was gonna punch it.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so. Our most memorable dreams.
Ooh.
Got one. I know exactly.
I've got a few.
I have one.
Yeah, one of my most memorable dreams is probably one of my like weirdest nightmares that I've ever
Yeah,
had.
both of my most memorable,
Same.
both of my memorable dreams are like
Same.
nightmares. Wait, no, I have three memorable dreams.
Because mine isn't so much weird as much as very, very silly and ridiculous.
Very silly. I can even tell you from like where I got the themes and the ideas from the nightmare, like in my day that brought on this nightmare.
Oh, jeez.
Right.
Okay.
So, I had just watched the Alien movie for the first time ever as a little kid. Like watched it all the way, and it was terrifying to me. Like them running through the spaceship, being chased down by.
Yeah.
And so I watched all that later on
Oh, jeez.
in the night. Watched all that, and my dad read Harry Potter to us. The next day, right?
Was it magic xenomorphs?
No.
No.
It was great.
Magic
The next
xenomorphs.
day, where I'm talking to my dad. I'm helping my dad with an electrical job, and he's talking to somebody, and they're talking about batting cages where the baseball is attached by a bunch of rubber cords, essentially, like a bunch of rubber bands, essentially, to where it's attached to that, and it goes, but it comes back just about as hard as you hit it. So you're swinging at something that's traveling at 90, 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Because you're sending it at a 90, 100 miles an hour. So, we go to sleep. We're in a spaceship. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter spaceship.
Yes, everyone's the cast from Harry Potter. And we're being attacked by xenomorphs that grab people with their tentacle rubber band arms and drag them into popcorn pits because of all that. And one of the episodes.
Wow, that's great.
They blew up the giant popcorn that always travels around with them and all that. It got turned into popcorn, or a giant ear of corn. It gets turned into popcorn in one episode. But like, I remember distinctly like running down a hallway away from this monster that's like rubber band crawling across the ceiling after me.
Oh,
And it
jeez.
like, dives into this tank, this pit, because it was Alien Resurrection that I had watched. So it was the one where they're swimming in the water and stuff, for the iguana scene and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid is like, "Wow, that was great!" And he just gets grabbed and ripped into the popcorn pit. And then the popcorn slowly starts to turn red. Really slowly starts to turn red.
Oh, God.
It was the strangest nightmare ever, but I was terrified for 3 days. I was scared out of my mind. It was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I eventually cut down the monsters with a lightsaber. 2 dreams later.
2 dreams. It was like a continuation.
Yes.
It's like
yes.
Nightmare on Elm Street
Yeah, it was.
for
fell
the
back.
Dream Warrior.
I fell back into the same dream at least 2 different times. It was interesting. Have you guys ever done that before? Like,
Well, actually, it's funny because one of my dreams is kind of like that.
weird.
So you
used
have
to
like
have a few
multiple.
of those.
this multiple
continuation
this
of
multiple
adventure.
dream was so in the dream I was a bomb diffuser.
Okay. Oh God.
And it started the dream where I was running through. I was going through this building trying to find the bomb, and I found the bomb. And every time I defused it, the dream started over.
No.
Yeah, and I would start at the exact beginning of the dream, and do it all again. I did it like 4 times before waking up. It was super. Yeah, no, I was like. I didn't fail any of the times either, actually, defusing the bomb. At least I don't think so. It's just remember. It was a quick dream. Quick short dream. I don't remember many details, but like I remember walking through a house multiple times, finding the bomb, and yeah, defusing it. And as soon as it happened, I just woke up at the beginning of the building.
It was the
Or I
Edge of
guess
Tomorrow, but
subconsciously
dream
woke
version.
up.
Yeah. Mine, I feel like I've told it. I don't think I've told it on the show. I may have. Because, like, I know I've told this recently. But, it's the only reoccurring dream I've ever had, and it's also the only reoccurring nightmare I've ever had.
Yeah.
And it's, this is when I was really little. I was, like, 4, 5, maybe 6.
Okay.
So the whole thing was, it didn't matter where I was. Usually it was in like a cityscape, like downtown, like somewhere just like tall buildings, kind of like just empty streets at night, usually. It's typically when it happened. And it was a cartoon clown, like 2D cartoon clown.
Oh jeez.
Walking around in real life
Yeah.
in 4D.
And he, so I remember exactly
Disgusting.
where this came from.
Get back, you 2D monster.
Yeah, so I remember exactly where the idea for him came from, and it was the episode of Rugrats, where I think Tommy's having the nightmare, and it's the scene where they like, I think it's like Grandpa or somebody like reaches out and grabs Stu by the shoulder and is like, Stu, and he turns around, he's like, I'm not Stu, and he's got like the weird fucking face.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was that.
Yes.
So, like, neck up, full clown face, paint, hair, everything. Neck down, business suit.
Creep.
That wasn't
What
the
the
scary
heck?
thing. That's not what freaked me out. Not a 2D, like, clown in a business suit walking around. That's not what freaked me out. What freaked me out was his name was full the shirt manager. And
What?
all he did was just, he would magically change your shirt.
Oh my god.
That's all he did. Like, he would literally just be like, yeah, I don't like your red shirt. It's green now. Also, there's a dog on it. And I'd just be like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know why.
That was my favorite shirt, and you took it away from me. Where was my favorite shirt?
Yeah, I don't know why, but that fucking terrified me as a kid.
It's just a magic
Yeah, like,
clown
I would
changing the color
like,
of your
I would
shirt.
just be running through the fucking empty streets
Do you have
at night in
problems?
this city.
Do you have
Like,
problems
running away
wearing-
from the shirt manager while he was just like, yeah, green with the dog doesn't work. Let's change it to blue. And he's just like, ah, stop it! No!
Do you
Like,
have
it
issues
fucking
wearing
terrified me.
other people's shirts now because
No.
Oh
Not
man.
of that? Are
really.
you sure?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've worn other people's shirts without having any issues.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
My most memorable nightmare that I don't like, that it wasn't even that scary, it was just creepy. And it's also probably my most vivid dream as well. To where, like, I woke, like, in my dream, I got up and got out of my bed. And I was walking outside, and I walked through the entire house and walked out my front door. And I got to, like, halfway down my driveway. And I was, like, the only, like, and the rest of the dream was me waving goodbye to these 3 shadow figures walking out of my yard and away. And I was like, bye. It was super creepy, and I don't know why. It's just something that's like, it's just a dream that's always stuck with me.
It's so very
Like, just in memory. Yeah, it was weird. It was super vivid, too.
Huh.
Maybe I was sleepwalking.
received phone calls from my exes. One ex specifically, when she was passed the fuck out, she would still call me, like half asleep, to tell me to watch. Like one time, she called me and said, "Well, I don't know, but there's a giant crab, and he's coming for your mustard packets." I'm not kidding. I wish that I still had the voicemail saved. I had it saved for so long because it was just so ridiculous. There was one where she also was like, "There was a weasel and he was on my head and he beat on my head and he went tick, 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 tick." I'm like, what the fuck, Katie? What the fuck are you saying? It was, I remember,
What
oh
the
god.
heck?
The crab coming from my mustard packets though.
The crab coming from my mustard pack.
The mustard packets.
Not the mustard packets. Anything but
Jesus.
the mustard
Not
packets. He
the
could have all the
mustard.
mayonnaise he wants. Even ketchup. Begrudgingly, but he can have the ketchup. No, you draw the line at mustard.
Well, how are you gonna eat your pretzel?
Whoa, yeah.
Horseradish.
Horseradish.
I mean, that's also acceptable, but I like mustard as well.
I just don't really like pretzels that much.
Yeah, pretzels are okay, but not like the
They're
best.
okay. I like pretzels though. I like snacking on pretzels. You have the option to eat a pretzel as a snack. Gonna do it. Soft pretzel though.
Soft pretzel was better than
Hard pretzel.
hard pretzels.
Yes.
You know what I just remember? I don't know. Like, so. Remember in Kung Pao, the scene where Betty is
Kung
like, Kung
Pao.
Pao Enter the Fist?
Yes. Okay.
But yeah, the scene where Betty is like, "I am a powerful magician. Your shirt is blue." He's like, "Oh wow, that's amazing." I just remembered that, and it's like, what? Did that not? Like,
What? Oh my god.
just like have flashbacks to my fucking nightmares. The shirt manager.
PTSD.
Shirt
So bad.
The shirt manager.
Yeah.
You
God
need to make a
forbid
horror movie of that
he's
one day.
managing my shirt color by going whap.
She's like, "Yeah, don't like that color. Changing it."
Suddenly, it became managed.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Have you guys ever lucid dreamed?
Yes.
One time.
Done it twice.
Same.
So
I've done it. I've done it once.
I think I did
Actually
it
knowing
more-
what I was doing.
I did it more as a child than I have as an adult. Most of the times I just fall asleep, but I would go to sleep.
I
knowing-
sometimes realize I'm in a dream, but then I realize I'm in a dream and I wake up.
Yeah,
Like, oh.
yeah. Like ever since that first time I lucid dreamed, now anytime I realize I'm dreaming, I wake up immediately after.
But I could absolutely go to lay down, run a scene through my head of what I wanted my dream to be like, and go to sleep, and have I would drop right into that scene.
Oh
and
wow.
go from
I could do that. That's cool.
I used to. I'm not kidding you. I think it's just because I was a kid and I had a better imagination, and I was more not so exhausted. Really,
Mm-hmm.
but I could absolutely do it all the time. I had dreams about all kinds of shit.
I had
Star Wars. I remember
What?
having dreams about being a part of like the X-Men, because I remember watching X-Men 2 and like loving it as a younger person, younger me, and I'm not. I definitely used to be able to do that. Can't do it now.
I
Can't
did
do
it.
now.
I
just
actually-
pass the fuck out now.
I had the lucid dream like maybe like a month or two ago.
I'd be afraid to do it now.
Dude, my lucid dream was great. I was throwing a party.
Were you?
Yes, in my dream I was throwing a party, and everyone was partying, and I got super drunk and I started telling people, I was like, "Hey, you're all in my dream right now." And everyone was like, "What are you talking about, Damien? You're just drunk." And no one was listening to me.
But you were.
No one was listening to me. I'm like, and I started yelling. I was like,
No.
"You're all in my dream. I can destroy you with a snap of my fingers." And everyone laughed at me, and I snapped my fingers, and everyone disappeared.
You went full Thanos on that?
I went full Thanos in my dream.
You're just.
You're a fucking psychopath.
I did.
Wow.
I'm a psychopath in my dreams, and
You
then
throw your daughter off of a cliff too.
no, I
Shit.
just snapped my fingers, and everyone in the party disappeared. And then I woke up.
Would your daughter be a cat?
I was kind of just like, after I did that, I was like, oh, and then I woke up.
Yeah.
It was a great
The-
dream. Great dream.
Yeah, the one lucid dream I had, I remember, because this was only a few years ago. This is when I was like 20, 21, 22,
Mhm.
like around that time. In the dream, I had gotten home from high school, which I had not been in high school for several years.
Jeez.
But
Louise.
I went back to my parents' house from high school, and what made me realize that
It was
it was a dream was after getting out of my car and getting into the garage, which my dad was in the garage. So I was like, "Oh, hey, Dad," and he was like, "Oh yeah, hey, how's school?" I looked out of the garage and noticed that there was no grass in the yard, like it was newly constructed. Like when we first moved in, the only grass was the sod on like the fucking like in front of the main house, and not like the entire rest of the acreage like that we're on.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, wait a minute, something is wrong. And I looked in the house, and there's still like framework. Like the house isn't even finished being built. There's still like some framework and like drywall that hasn't been put up. And I was like, this isn't real. This is a dream. And as soon as I thought that, fucking 2 cop cruisers just appear in front of my house, full lights, full sirens.
The dream
everything,
cops.
saying like, come out with your hands up. And I looked over and I see an old school like vacuum from the 50s where it's like the little like tube that like just
Yes.
like the one that's like about
Yes. It sits on the ground. It has another tube attached to it.
yeah it's kind of like it looks like a small trash can.
Yes.
And
A
there's-
sideways trash can.
Yeah, like a sideways trash can. It's got like the wheels and a handle so you can like pick it up and walk around with it.
Oh,
Oscar
what?
Mayer Wiener car
Yeah,
as a vacuum.
yeah, and it's got like a hose attached to it. So for whatever reason, I saw that kind of vacuum, like the little like
Did you throw it at
turbojet
the
vacuum.
cops?
No, I didn't throw it. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
I grabbed it, turned it on, pointed it at the cops. It sucked the guns out of their hands into the vacuum, and I was like, "Where's your god now?" Stuck the hose up to the the cruiser, and just watched the car crumble and get sucked into the vacuum. And they're
That's
like,
amazing.
"We need backup!" And I spent the entire dream just laughing maniacally, running around with this vacuum, just sucking up cop cruisers. Just like, I am a god! I'm unstoppable!
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah. It's the only time I ever lucid dreamed.
That's great.
And I spent the entire time just vacuum god.
That's amazing.
Nice.
You
I
were
was-
the vacuum guy.
I tried to fly in my lucid dream, and
Oh,
every
God.
time I tried, I just fell to the ground. I was like, oh, I guess I'm not an expert
I
at
would be
this.
afraid to do that because I'd be the person that would roll themselves out of bed and just fucking fall on the ground.
Oh, I've done that before. I've had a dream where like I'm falling and I wake up and I'm on my bedroom floor.
I did that.
I'm like,
I had
huh?
a dream that I was falling.
Where
I
am
had to
I?
get stitches later on because I
Apparently
fell
if you
and
hit
I
the-
busted my knee open.
Apparently, if you actually hit the ground in your dream, you die. If you're doing a dream where you're falling,
Yeah.
if you actually hit the floor
Really?
in your dream, if
Is
you
it like
actually
the
hit
Ma-
the
is
if
it
you
like
actually
the
hit the
Matrix?
floor.
So like when you get shot in a dream, like you wake up and you're like,
I don't know if it goes that far. I don't know what. There's some like significance to like
it's
falling
like
or
that
something.
scene
I
from The
thought you
Matrix.
said it wasn't real. The mind makes it real.
The mind makes it real.
You mean I don't just hit the ground and rubber band back up?
Why do we dream, guys?
It's one of
I don't know.
life's great mysteries.
What life crisis?
I don't know. That's interesting. It's a bunch of neuromatic, whatever, synapses going on. A bunch of electrical.
Supposedly it's to keep us from dying when we're... Well, there's like a lot of different theories. One of them is it's to keep us from dying when we're sleeping. Like, so
To
that
keep our brains
Yeah,
active?
so that our brain stays active so it doesn't completely shut down. Another one is to...
I've never heard that.
Yeah, another one is to, like, sort of process what you experience throughout the day so that, like, it basically commits short-term to long-term memory.
Oh, so it's actually like
Yeah, like, nobody
that's
actually...
why you
Your
can dream
brain-
of things you did that day, or
Yeah.
Your brain.
it's your
creating
brain
file
rec-
system.
pretty much
Kind of.
saving the files.
Yeah, and that's also why, like, a lot of people that, like, deprive themselves of sleep have a lot of, like,
Memory.
issues with short-term memory.
Memory issues. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of, like, different theories as to why we dream, but nobody actually knows why.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting to find out.
Can't figure it out. the human psyche.
It's definitely not. Yeah, it's definitely not random. I feel because like, you know, you dream about people you've seen and locations you've seen and everything.
It's not my hands that smell like
Yeah,
MSG.
like, so there's also
it's the beer.
There's also like anyone, like anytime you've had a dream and like people are like, I saw this person in my dream and I've never seen them before, like your brain doesn't create faces for dreams. Like
No.
everyone that you see in your dream you have seen at some point in your life.
Correct.
Even if it's
You
just,
know,
like,
guys.
even if it's just somebody that you saw one time in passing at a grocery store 10 years ago, your brain will
Exactly,
pull that
yeah.
back up.
You know, guys are more susceptible to having people who are closer to them in their dreams, and women are more susceptible to having people they've seen only once or twice in passing in their dreams.
Yeah, I was not aware of that.
Is that like a study shown?
Yeah. I'll have to look it up, and so I'm not just a liar, but I heard it one time. But yeah, it's an actual
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
jinx.
Yeah, well, that's about all the time we
It's
have
good.
for this
This is
episode.
wonderful. This is a fantastic.
I like it. I don't like it as much as the last beer.
I do not as well. I feel like it has a. I'm telling you, it smells like MSG. It smells like Chinese food. It smells like a Chinese food restaurant. Smell it and tell me you don't smell it. Smell
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I don't think it smells like Chinese.
I wouldn't say it's like an MSG smell, but like, I get where you're coming from.
It's something to do with like whatever the sweetness is in it.
Yeah, because I've had a few people say that like some of the like bourbon aged beers smell like soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
I could see that. This
Yeah.
is almost like a teriyaki blend.
Yeah,
Even though I just ate teriyaki.
It looks like soy sauce.
yeah, but
Yeah, we're drinking soy sauce.
yeah,
It's not as salty as I would expect it to be.
Yeah, it does. It's the lower sodium one. Yeah.
Below is so.
obviously I'm a little biased because this is one of my favorite beers, so like I rank it at like a 9.5. Like,
9.5?
this is pretty fucking high
You're
up
a
for me.
bias.
I'm gonna give it
I'm gonna give it
a.
an
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
I'm gonna give it another 8 because I very much enjoyed it for different reasons that I liked the last one.
I like
It's
it.
not my
I just
favorite, but I would go out of my way to find this again.
Yeah.
If I had the ability to drink this again at like a bar or something, absolutely. Absolutely. Just because.
Yeah. Get it
Wow.
on tap.
Oh god, I bet this is amazing on tap.
I am willing to. I'm willing to bet that JoJo's may or may not have it on tap for at
JoJo's?
least sometime.
you think so?
JoJo's has like a lot of like shit on tap that you would not expect them to have.
I have seen that. Then the few times that I have been there, I have seen that. And they have a good trivia night too, don't they?
I don't think they have trivia night. They've had bingo for a while. If they do have trivia,
Bingo
I've
is
never
Monday
actually
nights,
gone.
is it not?
Bingo's Wednesday for them.
Ah, yes. I
Every night's a
matter.
different
Yeah.
bingo.
They I'm gonna be
Every bingo is a different
Every
night.
bingo's a different night.
yeah I'm gonna be having classes on Wednesday anyway, so I won't be
Oh
able to go.
my god,
But,
he's going to school.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Be a nerd.
Getting an education.
Yeah.
Joining the education club.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Are you adulting?
Kinda.
Who are you?
Aren't we all
Definitely not
adulting?
Fabian.
Get the fuck out of here.
Aren't we all adulting? Whoa.
Thank you for joining
yeah,
us. Send us a like, a subscribe. If you didn't like this episode, that's too damn bad. You're allowed to have your own opinion, though. We still love you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you and have a wonderful night.
Goodbye.